starting.
My
Not
two
even a little.
highest abilities are Constitution, which makes sense, and Dexterity.
Ooh. You know, I played a dex-based paladin once.
It's been fun so far.
Yes, well, in 5e, Dex is a little overpowered.
Look, I don't know any of the meta gaming or whatever, so whatever you tell me is good if I have it. It's
Doesn't
just
dexterity,
good.
doesn't dexterity increase the chance you hit with weapons?
It depends on the weapon, doesn't it?
I think because I have good dexterity, I have finesse, which allows me to use my weapon type, but that's a different thing altogether.
Finesse weapons will use your dex to attack and damage instead of strength in 5e, in addition to contributing to your armor class. So it pulls double duty as offense and defense,
which is wonderful because
allowing you to completely forego strength in 90% of cases.
It is kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's also still ridiculous in Pathfinder 2.
It's a little more tampered in Pathfinder because you still need strength to damage, and
So don't mind me. I'm going by Baldur's Gate rules.
Except in some cases.
Well, as a reminder,
like a thief.
I'm using a light foil, so it just really feels like it all fits in really well.
Also, hello, chat.
Yeah. How's everybody doing in the chat tonight?
Hi, chat.
But that's Jonas's thing.
Back to
I feel like
I
feel like everyone else says it more than Jonas at this point.
That's fair.
I see you say it on my stream sometimes. Wow.
Well, I think it's funny because there are like two different contexts to it. It's the genuinely, how's everybody doing in the chat tonight? And then there's also the things got really weird. How's everybody doing in the chat tonight?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Hello, Miller.
Okay,
Hi, Miller.
We are llama-ing.
Llama.
Llama.
Llama face!
Yay, I'm a llama again.
Oh,
wait.
Wait.
You mean the video game for Rick, the video game specially chosen to play on stream by Rick, Rick's video game.
Yes,
video game.
That video game.
Okay, what happens if we electrify the water? Water is electrified.
Yay!
Nothing seems to happen yet. So... cross here and pull this into the water.
I need new material. I need to have some other, some kind of new catchphrase. I'll just do it. I'll just do it inorganically. I'll just sort of shoehorn it in and try to make everyone like it, and then no one's gonna like it. Then I'll keep doing it anyway.
Okay, I need to get my way to press the button.
Don't you make raccoon noises?
Oh yeah, like,
AKA Jonas noises.
Just say something nonsensical, and that'll be your catchphrase.
Still want to trademark booyah.
God damn it, I'm looking at the server just now. Jonas!
What? What did I do? What?
You're not allowed to draw rice so cute. So goddamn cute.
It's really quite good.
It's very good, yes. Folks, if you
Did she just say Keanu?
Sure, why not?
She probably says a lot of things.
Keanu Reeves!
None of them.
Yeah, that's why I was like, Keanu Reeves? What's he doing in this game?
He's a vampire, don't you know?
I did hear rumors.
Yeah,
the rumor come out, does Keanu Reeves is vampire?
I mean...
You wish.
I mean, he hasn't really aged much.
And he's always wearing black.
And he can,
he did play in at least one movie with a vampire in it.
Yeah, and just like other vampires, you can see the green code stuff.
That's true. That is a thing vampires can do.
Is it? Is it really?
Code stuff. Yes.
I found out that I've been dicking around on my Linux laptop, and I found out that there's a thing called Cool Retro Terminal, which perfectly emulates the look of like 80s terminal fonts and like static and flickering lines and stuff like that. It's amazing. Makes me happy.
Well, Jonas, I'm glad that you're happy.
Aren't you though?
So there's
Aren't
this
you dumb?
robot holding a baby skeleton. Okay.
Like you do.
Ooh.
You know the
Do that thing you do.
Jonas, you've seen the
Why?
Is there a rope here?
Oh,
sorry,
boy.
this really gets me every time I think about it.
What?
The fucking Sonic Underground thing with the
Fucking baby! What was going on there? My brain. I can't. I can't even. What? Like, what was the? I don't know. I give up. It just. I can't even.
It makes me so fucking happy. Sonic Underground was such a terrible mistake.
Yeah, it was definitely.
It
a
was
thing.
fantastic.
Wait, I
Sonic
didn't
was
mention
such a
Haunt.
mistake.
Hang on. I haven't mentioned that was not a mention of Ken Pender's The Haunted Mansion or Sally Acorn. Sonic Underground is unrelated to any of those three topics.
That
Any
is
of one of the
true.
Topics.
Got him.
Technically.
Of course, the thing is,
I think you're right in the line there, though.
I still think it's funny that the first skit last night before Stoker showed up, like right before Stoker showed up, Ken Pender's reference.
uh-huh.
It summons
That's
him.
what happened.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
It. God damn it.
Stoker will never escape Ken Penders.
Oh, also Stoker, my stream chat is making me build a mill deck now, just to spite you.
Why does everyone want to hurt me so?
Because we love
Zero
you?
days,
Question
Miller.
mark?
Because pain makes you stronger.
Hey, why is that?
Oh, in that
Person
case, I
running
must be like the
towards-
fucking Hulk by now.
Yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you're a vampire, so like.
Unfortunately, don't vampire, as far as I know, don't get a Zenkai boost.
Yes.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Have you ever
I'm-
seen Dio try to fight Goku?
Gotcha
No.
there. Gotcha there, Binky boy.
Oh, was Vegeta ever a vampire? No. I don't know.
Vamp Jida.
That
I don't think I like that.
No.
I don't think I like that at all.
Yeah, can we get that one? I moved to strike that from the record.
Denied.
Record? Is someone supposed to be writing this down? Alright, let's see what Steam is recommending to me today. Yep, that's boobs.
Take a look here.
At boobs?
I mean, every damn day for me.
Take it up.
Oh, here's a horror game. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the aesthetic of this. It's horrible.
That,
Oh,
that
that
certainly
is-
lends well to a horror game, then.
Oh, that is more eyeballs than you're supposed to have.
looking for horror games, eh?
Oh.
I just
Okay.
noticed that Jonas's shirt has Trunic on it.
It does.
Wait, what? How about?
Okay.
Your shirt. You're wearing your tunic shirt.
Oh yeah,
Adding
yeah.
It's
This
got the
to wish list.
Trunic. That's the language name. It's got Trunic on it.
Is that what it says?
Another turnip?
Thank you.
I mean, it doesn't say Trunic. It says, "All right, look."
You're not supposed to. Oh, now they know.
Oh, I didn't know it was a secret. Nobody heard
So,
anything.
I would have thought the language would be called just like hex runes or something.
No.
I could, if you're curious, like, I mean, I could ask Dicey about the language, like, if you have any questions. Because like
I'm good.
That
Okay.
look like
There are
okay,
like
go.
30 billion fake languages that are extremely well developed, and it's really cool those people made them up. I'm not gonna bother.
all right.
That's fair, honestly.
Stoker,
Well,
do you want?
Do I
I think
want
it's
what?
also
Do I want what, Jonas?
There's a Steam fest called Zombies versus Vampires. Do you want me to put that one on the list, like the schedule list?
When does it happen?
Let's see.
Welcome in,
Hey,
whoever
Mark.
just came in.
Hey, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Is Mark.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Mark.
How you
Oh, hi, Mark.
doing?
You're tearing me apart.
It happened.
What is that?
Hola.
What am I
I'll just go and
eating?
put it on the. I'll just put it on the schedule. You can. It's in May.
Okay. Ah, shit! I still haven't gotten to you about the 1st of May thing. Shit.
Oh shit.
it's gonna be.
Remind me after the stream.
Okay.
Looks like I can't make him work this thing. So I'm gonna need to put him on the platform.
Shit.
Sounds about right.
Do that thing.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know.
Why not?
No.
Okay, Stoker, gotta remember, I'm the guy who like mumbles Britney songs when I'm making my coffee in the morning. Not for any particular, or like Spice Girls. Yeah.
You
I
mumble
was
a lot
gonna
of
say-
songs then.
I was gonna say you're saying you mumble Britney songs, but not Britney Spears, just songs about some random girl named Britney that you have
Yeah.
never met.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I met a girl named Brittany. She was kind of pretty, kind of pretty.
Anyway,
Nah.
nah.
You could stand down here and do it.
But yeah, when I'm making my coffee, I'll sometimes be like, "You wanna be my yeah, with my-" It's kind of sad.
See, what I like to do is I like to take songs and replace one word in them to make them silly. Like one that I particularly seem to go to a lot is because the night belongs to llamas. Just like
Okay.
Oh, God.
I get it.
because the
See what you did there.
night belongs to llamas.
Yes, it does.
Here, I'll just post all the.
You know,
If,
since Meatloaf has passed away, we never will learn what that is.
no, he explained it though. He actually had like this like kind of
When and where?
No, like it was like a VH1 video where it was like, okay, we're gonna go through this. He like drew like a diagram or something.
Proof, Jonas. Cite
No,
your sources.
I can't. You're asking too much of me. But I won't do that. There, yeah, I did it.
He's asking for the universe here,
Yeah.
and he can't provide it.
Oh, I do
Yeah.
need to look at Steam right now because right now it's the City Builder and Colony Sim Fest. Guess what games I'm into?
Those city builders and colony sims are very fun, though.
I could put that
I
on.
can attest to that.
Okay. Let me. Oh, that's now. Oh, never mind. I was gonna
It's
put it on the
happening.
calendar.
There's no point in putting up a reminder for it.
It's happening.
Well,
There,
here, go ahead.
there's also the Sims 1 and 2 remaster on Steam, I believe. I don't. I checked it out.
Do we care about? Let's see. Fishing Fest, Automation Fest, TPS.
Oh, you said fest. I thought you were saying fast, and I was like, I
Yeah.
thought most people prefer to fish slow.
Yeah. Do we care about Fishing Fest?
Automation, I guess.
Okay. I'll put it on the list.
It's automation. Yes, automation.
Man, see, this is the problem. Is I'm looking through the things they have, and it's like in library, in library, in library, in library, in library.
Maybe something new will come up by the time you know.
By the time they're
yeah, you heard
Yeah.
me. Okay, so I assume Animal Fest is what they renamed Furry Fest because you know. I'm not sure.
Probably.
I mean, there can be things involving animals that aren't like buried
Nope.
or set. Okay.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
Incorrect.
What's that one where you played the fox mother and you were like trying to take care of your kits? That's not really furry.
Not if you think about it like that.
Yeah.
Rick's like, not with that attitude.
Yeah.
Don't be a critter.
Yeah, don't be a quitter.
I do see a game here in base building called Space Haven.
Rick, lawsuit time. Ah, damn it.
High five. Alright. It's Fi. He's Bird.
Burb.
Fi is Burb. It is true.
We discovered Fi's butt in VR. That happened.
Okay.
I mean,
What do you mean discovered?
GG's like, okay.
it's uncharted territory.
It
Well,
was.
no,
It's true.
actually-
now it's not.
Actually, it doesn't surprise me. Believe it or not.
It was at Shader Fest. It was just a sculpted tushy at Shader Fest, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, bud.
Okay.
It was a
They
shade
got
of
me
bud.
with the title of the game of Bulwark Evolution Falconeer Chronicles. I'm like, okay, what's that? I thumb over the thing, or like move my mouse over it, and it's just a video of a guy talking into a camera, and I'm just like, please show me the fucking game.
Oh god, I hate that. Like, no actual gameplay, just, you know,
Yeah.
like, I don't mind the developer intro, but put that at the end, you know? At the end. The end. The end.
Do it.
Show
the
us your
minimum.
actual game.
Use the minimum.
Yes.
At the end.
The end.
The end. Also, all the games need to have space boots.
Yeah. We just need
There's
space.
demo.
Fast.
Okay, that's the correct option.
Yeah,
Oh,
demos
no.
are also always a good idea.
Let me check
Typically,
and see if there's any update on Han Chocolatier. Nope.
Is it less haunted?
There's
I
not
hope
been
not.
anything
What's
from
even the
Concerned
point?
Ape anytime recently on that I know of.
All right.
Fine. I think he's got enough development that he's done to last him for the next 20 years.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. It'll be good when it comes out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it will be finished when it's ready.
And then it'll be done.
No, it won't.
No.
Yeah, probably.
That's not how modern game development works, and you know it.
Oh.
Power there.
Oh.
Okay.
It's barely how classic.
There was a video
development
published
worked.
today about the Triple I event, which is like an indie collective Gamescom sort of thing.
Mhm.
And I looked at the developers they had there, and some of them we recognized, like Pine, the developer of Escape Simulator, Ghost Ship Games, the developer of Deep Rock Galactic. And it's like, okay, cool. But then I also saw like Ubisoft and THQ Nordic, and I'm like, hold
What
on.
are you doing here?
Yeah, you're not indie developers, guys.
I understand they might be indie publishers, like they might have an indie developer under them, but like, then you should be advertising the development studio, not yourselves.
Yeah.
Is it the Triple I initiative you're talking about, Miller?
That sounds right, yeah.
All right, I'll put that one on the list too, because apparently they are having an event in about a month. No, actually less than a month.
That's the trailer I saw, and I was
Oh, okay.
like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe that was what Miller was.
Oh, that was
just
really.
talking
Hey,
about.
we brought it around full circle. See, yeah.
a new furry dev studio, Ubisoft, as in a baby sheep.
Aw.
Oh, that is actually. Hey, what about a new furry studio called Uwoobisoft?
All right, get out.
I mean, you can't call it UB hard, right?
I mean,
Well, I mean, penis.
Well, that downloaded
Something
fast.
pingus?
yes.
God, I can't believe it's been 57 years since Pingus.
Yeah. What is time?
I mean, okay, hold on. You say that as a joke. How many years has it actually been?
Okay, so Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog came out in like 93.
So it's been 42 years.
Well,
No,
no,
32 years.
Don't fucking dare.
Miller, you're the
I
math
swear
guy!
to God, I will kill you.
Ain't just
Wow.
messing like this.
That was amazing.
You be mean.
I didn't carry the one! No!
Holy shit. I ain't that old yet.
Roscoe Metasto asks, GC, is there a hockey game going on at the moment?
There's always a hockey game going on somewhere.
That's true.
I mean, I think it's
That is true.
NHL.
Just as I watched a fight in a parking lot once and a hockey game broke out.
Yeah,
That's typically how that goes.
I do love that hockey is the one sport where it's just expected for people to just beat the shit out of each other.
What do you mean the one sport? You've got like all of MMA, but also like rugby?
Okay.
MMA doesn't count. That's actual
You've
fighting.
got fucking like English footy hooligans.
What?
People, the English fools who watch a lot of soccer, football, they beat the shit out of each other over every single match.
Yeah, but not official.
Well,
But
Remember that one?
But as far as I know, they get banned if you do that in those games.
oh, but you mean fighting on the ring? You're not talking about the fans fighting.
No. Listen, fans will riot over anything.
When hockey players fight, is it just
I was like, yeah. Have you ever seen a bar in India when they're playing fucking?
BRB a sec.
Oh, what is it with the bat? With the paddle bat?
Cricket?
Yes. You-
My
yeah,
God.
Indian bars when cricket matches are happening get just as wild as American bars during American football or British bars during.
Nice.
I love that,
soccer.
honestly, because cricket is such a ridiculous game. Like, when you hear it described, like, I know nothing about the actual rules, but it all sounds like fucking Harry Potter bullshit. Oh, that was a wicked googly!
Well, I was gonna ask you, when hockey players fight, do they just wait and let them duke it out, or how does it work? Like, do they break it up usually, or?
From my experience, it's based on what the referees think is the right time to interrupt them.
Wow. Nice.
So it's up to the referees to decide when it's okay to interrupt them.
Okay.
Usually when
okay.
somebody goes down.
Okay. I don't watch a lot of hockey. I've been to one hockey game in my life, and yeah, there weren't any fights at that one. I saw the Kings against frickin'
I need a better mouse.
I remember hearing there was one hockey player who like just didn't play the game at all. He was called the Boogeyman. His entire job was just to beat the shit out of everyone else.
Believe it or not, I read about that when I like a few years back. It is actually a legitimate strategy they had in hockey way back then, but of course, the whole point of them doing that was to get rid of high-ranking players that were beating their team.
Derek Bugard, the Boogeyman.
They were classified. They were classified as brawlers in hockey.
That's amazing.
But over the years they said, yeah, we got to stop making brawlers.
You can like summon the boogeyman by like biting into a puck in front of a darkened mirror. I don't know.
Pretty easy to navigate a boat when the entire world is just two-dimensional.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aguluki says goons was totally a thing, and that's basically what, if I remember correctly, that movie's about. Watch Goons. I have to watch that actually.
Okay.
Okay, no, we're fine.
It's okay. Here's a friend.
Giant-
Friendship. Leviathan.
Giant fish.
You're not fishing bait.
Whale shark friend.
You're not gonna be eaten. You're not gonna go Pinocchio on us.
I calls him like I sees him. I'm a whale biologist.
There's a shark species that's like the size, it's like the size of regular fish, like salmon size.
Is that lemon shark or nurse sharks? I know they can
I
get
think
pretty small.
so. I think it's a lemon shark. Yeah.
Giant skeleton.
My favorite.
Is it from Home Depot?
Do they sell those there? Because that sure is convenient.
In it though?
I can think of so many times where I'd be having a barbecue and be like, man, I need a giant, scary skeleton from the
We
dawn.
actually jumped into the foreground a little bit.
Ooh.
There was a house here in town that had like 4 of those giant skeletons lined up in the yard wearing LSU football jerseys.
Nice.
Unfortunately, they only did that for October because they're cowards.
Aw.
Okay, wow. The dwarf lantern shark is a species of dogfish shark reaching a maximum length of 20 centimeters or 8 inches.
Oh, friend sized.
It fits in your palm of your hand.
Travel sized.
Snack sized!
Yeah, for when you need a shark to go.
Listen, if I had a nickel for every time I needed a shark, I would have way more than 2 nickels.
There'll also be no Jaws movie.
Well, not with a shark. God, can you imagine Jaws with one of those instead? The music is all dun 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 dun, and they're like, no, 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 and it pops out of the water. It's like me.
it like grabs it's like trying to gnaw on somebody's like finger or something.
It just
like,
eats one tower run.
It's killing me.
What happens if I call him back?
I can imagine a cartoon version of Jaws being like, you can't put any dun 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 duns in my song unless you give me a nickel every time you say my name.
Jaws gets 1 nickel per dun.
Yes.
They meet the grizzled old sea captain who survived the beast, and he's got like a peg toe. You know,
Peg toe!
like, that's why he claimed me.
And that's where Jaws gets all his royalties.
Exactly.
Oh, botch toe.
The thought of a peg toe is really, really amusing me somehow. God, and what if he's like got a Captain Ahab ass obsession with getting revenge for his lost toe?
He's got like a giant harpoon gun, and like somehow this thing just always it's like right there, and he can't aim at it correctly because it's so small.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you shoot a harpoon like that, just like the normal variations, you're never gonna fucking hit a thing that's 8 inches long.
But he just won't listen to anyone.
Exactly. Found it.
God. What's that one post I saw that's explaining...
Oh, that was some coyote time right there.
That one...
Coyote
that
time
one
is very
post-
important for platformers.
It's true.
That one post I saw that was explaining acronyms, they're like, AMAB assigned male at birth, AFAB assigned female at birth, ACAB, all cops are bastards, AHAB, from hell's heart I stab at thee!
Nice.
Excellent.
He's coming back.
Big gray thinky whale.
Uh-oh.
Great.
He's gay.
You know, I've never actually read Moby Dick. I need to get around to reading it to see if it's actually as gay as everyone says it is.
It does sound pretty gay from what I know.
Well,
It's not like overtly, but it's pretty gay.
I mean, I've seen descriptions of some of those scenes with Ishmael and Queequeg.
I have read that book multiple times.
Have you now?
Moby Dick,
Crystal?
it was
Is it gay?
It was required reading at one point. Plus, I think I had it in one of like set of books that I had as a kid.
Yeah,
Makes
probably.
Is it gay? I mean, kinda.
Okay, I had no idea.
I mean, I don't think that's necessarily the way that it's like intended to be written as, but like, I mean,
well, of course
I don't
it
know.
wasn't, but
Listen, every text gets renegotiated by every new reader.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got Cow Crystal. Yeah, we got Cow Crystal. Oh, sorry.
Yes,
no, Chad already saw.
yes. Well, Rye noticed anyway.
If
Well,
you
hang
have,
on. I need to reload this because it's not showing for me.
Oh,
Should be on stream.
Yeah, there it is.
you're,
I had to reload the stream. Oh, you look so cute, he's Cow.
Yes, thank you, Rye. You are appreciated.
if anyone Boxer has been hoping for, yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
where? Oh, there
Finally,
it is.
cow form, just not Rick.
yeah.
Let me just read some of this, okay?
I'm
This is
reading it
from
right now. Oh, you're talking about Moby Dick. Okay.
Yeah. So here's some choice excerpts of moments between Ishmael and Queequeg. Okay. Upon waking next morning about daylight, I found Queequeg's arm thrown over me in the most loving and affectionate manner. You had almost thought I had been his wife. Queequeg embraced me, pressed his forehead against mine, and blowing out the light, we rolled over from each other, this way and that, and very soon we're sleeping. These are different parts. He made out to ask me whether we were again to be bedfellows. I told him yes, whereat I thought he looked pleased, perhaps a little complimented. We had lain thus in bed. All of these are various parts skipping around. We had lain thus in bed, chatting and napping at short intervals, and Queequeg now and then affectionately throwing his brown tattooed legs over mine and drawing them back. He seemed to take to me quite as naturally and suddenly as I to him, and when our smoke was over, he pressed his forehead against mine, clasped me round the waist, and said that henceforth we were married. Meaning in his country's phrase that we were bosom friends. He would gladly die to me if need be. Thus, then in our heart's honeymoon lay I and Queequeg, a cozy, loving pair. Y'all tell me!
Wow.
not that
Wow.
gay.
I don't even remember it being that
overt.
much.
Okay, and admittedly, it's been a good while since I've read it, so...
Oh, same.
God, I just remember, I always think whenever I see that, I think about that moment in the Futurama episode where Leela's looking at Queequeg and being like, is there Mrs. Queequeg? And I'm like, oh, Leela barking up wrong tree.
Wow. Wow.
Here, there's the excerpts are all featured in this very amusing comic, which I'm linking both in the chat and in off topic. Naturally, I found this artist through their comic about one of my other obsessions, which for some reason I don't mention as often, the Phantom of the Opera. Which, incidentally, I would like to see Robert Eggers do a book-accurate, book-faithful adaptation of, because there hasn't been a book-faithful Phantom feature film, like, ever.
Okay, but it's got to have what's his face, Green Goblin as the Phantom.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, thank
He'd
you.
be a pretty good
No, that's-
Phantom.
Yeah, actually, he would be a pretty. Okay, but here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. If you're
Here's the
going
thing.
to do, if you're gonna do his appearance book accurate, you would have to have like. Honestly, you'd have to have like either Doug Jones or even better, you'd have to have Javier Botet. Have you seen? You've seen him. I don't know if you know him by name though.
That's quite an assumption.
Okay, let me explain this guy, okay? Javier Botet plays a lot of monsters in a lot of different movies. I may be mispronouncing his name too, because he is something of a genetic abnormality. He has a rare condition called Marfan syndrome, which it's a disorder of connective tissues and such. Used to be kind of a death sentence, but now it's with modern medical technology, it's pretty treatable. But the long and the short of it, I didn't even mean to say that way. He is extremely thin and like long-limbed and long-fingered.
Oh yeah, okay.
You
Now
see
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you see photos of this man, he does not look real.
No, he
Like-
has like extremely spindly looking limbs and digits.
Like, he has played creatures on screen that people, including me, have assumed were done with CGI.
Nice.
If you were to do like a live action remake of The Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, he would be your Jack Skellington.
Wasn't he in the Shape of Water movie?
No, that was Doug Jones.
So
God,
he does like
is-
every monster ever.
Yeah, he also does a lot of this stuff, and he's also similarly thin, but he's not as thin
What are you doing
as
in that movie?
Botet is.
Gotcha.
Botet was, you remember when we went to see Mama, Jonas?
Vaguely.
Yeah, well, he was the title character in that.
Oh.
And he played one of the ghosts in Crimson Peak. He played the title character in the Slender Man movie.
Nice.
He was Dracula in The Last Voyage of the Demeter. He's just done a ton of stuff. And if you Google, oh yeah, and the fucking what's his name, the Crooked Man from The Conjuring 2.
Oh.
I've never seen any movie he's been in, but I have seen pictures of him, and yes, he 100% does not look real.
Yeah, no. If you're going to be going off of the novel's description of the Phantom, it would have to be him.
Yeah, no, he would do well for that.
Because, like, the Phantom's whole thing in the novel is that he has the appearance of a living corpse. He has no body fat, he has no nose. His eyes are all sunken in. His skin's all dry and yellowy tinged like old parchment.
So he's basically Withers from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And but despite all this, he has the most beautiful voice any human man has ever possessed, apparently. He sings, yes, he sings like a god. He knows how to play every instrument. And he's also a magician, an escape artist, and a murderer.
Like you do.
True Renaissance man.
Yeah, you know. It's always good to have a side hustle.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you had fingers like his, wouldn't you be the same?
Exactly.
Come on.
Listen, the Phantom's problem is he was just born in the wrong era. These days, girls would be throwing themselves at him.
It's true.
Dude, modern day remake of Phantom.
Where
Find
everybody's just horny for him.
Well, I mean,
Oh, God.
you've seen Phantom of the Paradise, right? Please tell me you've seen Phantom of the Paradise.
I don't think I have.
Oh God, it's so wacky. It's so 70s.
Oh,
It's got
wait a
Paul
minute.
Williams in it.
Wait a minute. Have I seen this? I've at least seen footage of it. Yeah. God. What were the 70s?
One extremely prolonged drug trip.
Yes, I have definitely seen. I have seen footage from this, and I've seen stills from this. And I had no idea what it was, and now I know, and I might have to watch this.
Yeah, we need to watch it sometime. He sold his soul for rock and roll, Jonas.
We should watch this in VR.
Oh God, I would be so down. There's a character in it named Beef. That's his name. His name is Beef. He's a
Beautiful.
big, thick guy without much brain, and he's very flamboyantly gay.
He's what's for dinner.
I mean, he does get cooked, but... Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Too soon.
Also, it opens with a fucking uncredited Rod Serling narration.
Nice.
Like, the moment it started, I'm just like, hang on a minute!
Oh, Rod Serling.
Is this an unofficial Twilight Zone episode?
Hey, Stoker, do you watch Stephen King's social media?
Every now and then I check in.
He made a Pokemon joke. Let me
He
find
did?
it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let me hold on. Let me pull this up. Why can't you play hide and seek with a Pokemon? They always Pikachu. Not very good. I'll show myself out.
As
That's
you
a
should.
bad joke.
I really wanted to reply with, "Oh, Stephen King, you wacky scamp."
Why didn't you?
Shy.
Dude, Jonah. Dude.
Stoker, you can't just approach Stephen King and say words. He'll he'll send the wind-up monkey after you or something. That's how that
He'll
works.
murder you in his book.
Yeah, pretty much. If you die in the book, you die in the
Die
movie
for
adaptation too. Yeah, you said that too.
Yeah, I just...
Okay, here's another one from the aforementioned author. Did you hear about the Italian chef? He passed away. Get it? I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Yeah. Yeah.
Just think.
I don't want to.
I prefer not to.
He's made millions of dollars selling novels.
Gives me hope.
These are like dad jokes.
Basically,
they are.
Yeah. I mean, he's like a grandfather now.
Oh yeah, no, he's old. Yep,
Why did she not catch the ledge?
I don't know.
wasted.
Didn't. Knock, knock. Who's there? Nobel. Nobel who? Nobel. That's why I knocked. Hey. Stephen King. Why did the moon skip dinner? Because it was fall.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Alright. You asked for this.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ahem.
Jonas, what have you done? I already regret your decisions.
A priest of a small church
No.
was looking for someone to be their new bell ringer. He was approached by a stranger, man he'd never seen before. And it's a small village. He knew most of the people there, so it was unusual for him to see anyone that he'd never seen before. Okay? And this stranger, this man who approached him, he had no arms. And he approached the priest and said, "I wish to be your new bell ringer." And the priest looked at him, and he said, I mean, more politely than this, but in essence what he said was, You're kidding me, right? I mean, not to be insensitive about it, but you don't seem to have all of the necessary qualifications for this job. But the man said, No, trust me, I can do this. Here, I'll show you. And so they walked up to the bell tower, which is, an even more daunting feat when you don't have arms, and you can't hold the handrail. Real brave thing, just doing that much, honestly. So they walked up there, and they reached the bell, and the priest said, "Okay, show me what you can do." And the man took a look at it. He took a deep, centering breath, reared his head back, and just slammed face first as hard as he could into the bell. And it let out this beautiful, clear, heavenly pang, just like the most beautiful chime the priest's ears had ever heard. It brought tears to his face, like he was hearing the music of heaven itself. And the priest said, "I don't understand this, but clearly God has given you a gift. You're hired." And the man jumped for joy. He was so happy. Finally, his calling. But he was careless, and his feet slipped, and he tumbled all the way back down those long stairs. And tragically, he perished at the bottom. And the parishioners, they gathered around this poor, unfortunate man's body, and they looked down at him and they said, "Father, who is this man?" And the priest, he just shook his head and sighed and said, "Well, I don't know his name, but his face rings a bell."
Chat, please.
Kelly box. Put him in the box.
I've told y'all my favorite joke before, right?
I don't know. Tell it, Crystal. Oh boy, all those bops. That's the most bops I've gotten in a while.
You deserve every single one of them.
Fox, you said the worst part is that the bit went on too long for a clip. Oh, that's funny.
I don't understand, Sophie. Could you repeat the whole joke again?
Oh,
No, but it does have a sequel.
Of course it does.
You see, about a week later, another stranger approached the priest and said to him, "I'm the brother of that poor unfortunate wretch who fell down the stairs and perished last week. I would like to take his position in his honor." And the priest said, "All right, you can." Didn't do any interview, and this guy had arms, okay? So, the Sunday service came, and he hit the bell, awkwardly, because he didn't have his poor armless brother's gift. And the reverberations just, shook through him. And he, too, fell down the stairs and died. So, just unlucky family, this. And once again, the people gathered around and said, "Father, who is this man? Why does this keep happening?" And the priest said, "Well, I don't know his name either, but he's a dead ringer for his brother."
Oh, that's really good.
So what's your favorite joke, Crystal?
Okay. So, once there were a bunch of chess enthusiasts that were gathered at a hotel for a chess tournament that they were participating in. Best players from all around the world coming, and they were all gathered in the lobby getting ready for the tournament to start. And of course, since the best players are there, they're all talking themselves up. They're bragging about how good they are to each other, back and forth. And it gets to the point where the hotel manager is sick of it. He can't take it anymore. He comes out and he says, "I'm very sorry, folks, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave." And they say, "Well, what's wrong? We have this tournament we need to play in." And the hotel manager responds, "Well, you see, I just can't stand chestnuts boasting in an open foyer."
Boy.
I know that one. Yeah. I was waiting for it. God, that one drives a friend of mine crazy. Crazy because they're Canadian and they insist it needs to be pronounced foyer.
You can boo and sigh all you want, but I still
I will.
love that joke.
I'll continue to.
Who started us on this?
You did, probably.
No, it was someone else. I think it was Jonas.
Yeah, I told Stephen King's jokes.
Yes.
That's right. It's ultimately Jonas and Stephen King's fault, as it so often is.
Of course, it's Stephen King's fault.
You know, I think my personal actual favorite joke of all time is not even a pun. It's just real good. I'm sure some of you will have heard this one before, but it's just it's so good. One night, I dreamed I was walking along the beach with Sasquatch. Many scenes from my life flashed across the sky. In each scene, I noticed footprints in the sand. Sometimes there were 2 sets of footprints. Other times there were 1 set of footprints. This bothered me because I noticed during the low periods of my life, when I was suffering from anguish, sorrow, or defeat, I could only see 1 set of footprints. So I said to Sasquatch, "You promised me, Sasquatch, that if I followed you, you would walk with me always. But I noticed that during the most trying periods of my life, there were only 1 set of prints in the sand. Why? Why, when I have needed you most, have you not been there for me?" Sasquatch turned around, looked me straight in the eyes, and said,
I saw it coming, but the implementation was just so good.
It was very well done, to be fair.
I think my favorite one is a developer one. It's
Someone's immediately back in the He's not gonna get to come out the whole stream.
It's a software tester walks into a bar, runs into a bar, crawls into a bar, dances into a bar, flies into a bar, jumps into a bar, and then orders a beer, 2 beers, 0 beers, 999,999,999 beers, a lizard in a beer glass, -1 beer, pretty beers, and then says testing complete. And then a real customer walks into the bar and asks where the bathroom is, and the bar explodes into a flaming fireball.
"Yeah, that seems accurate from what I know."
Wow.
Oh, God.
Trying to think if I have any good jokes. I don't really like my sense of humor. Doesn't usually have punchlines. It's more about just bewildering the audience and laughing at them. You know, like
Yeah, the punchline for Jonas is the sound of your brain breaking.
295 stream streak? My God.
Yep.
Yeah, we're some must-see TV.
For Kasalia, at the very least.
Yeah.
I misheard that as "we're some musty TV."
We're some musty TV.
Oh, Jonas, you might find this interesting.
I might.
I totally forgot about it. So you know how I like I like to keep tabs on these boutique home media releases of like Blu-rays and 4Ks of like weird movies and shit, right?
No way.
Come
Go
on. Yeah, you know how it's a total thing for me. You know.
Go on.
You know.
So one of the ones that I follow, Severin Films, is releasing a set, and they're also releasing them individually, but they're releasing a 4K full-on restored UHD set of the 2 Peter Cushing Doctor Who movies.
Oh, neat.
The ones that have absolutely nothing in common with the canon of the TV show.
Right.
As they shouldn't.
Yeah, for those who don't know, these were a pair of theatrically released movies in the 1970s in all their Technicolor glory that were loose adaptations. The original one is a loose adaptation of the first Dalek storyline, which is just called The Daleks.
Mm-hmm.
And its sequel is a very loose adaptation of the Dalek invasion of Earth, which I believe is the second Dalek storyline. And these completely eschew every bit of the continuity from the TV show. The Doctor is not an alien. He is a human being. His name is not the Doctor. His name is actually Doctor
Who.
That is his last name. That is his title. His name is Who, and he is a doctor. Somehow, despite being a human being, he invented the TARDIS himself. And it keeps his earliest companion characters, like his granddaughter and Ian and Barbara and all that. Susan, Ian, and Barbara. Just like a guy named Glitch says, more Peter Cushing for the Peter pushing.
Mm-hmm.
We need the opportunity. We need the ability to put individual audience members in the penalty box too.
You do have that thing. It's called timeout.
I'm not that mean. I'm not a real villain. I just play one.
Sure?
On TV.
I've got the gun up to their temple right now. I can pull the trigger if you want me to.
See, I'm a pretend villain. Miller, he's ready to pull the. Miller's the killer.
We all know Miller has committed many war crimes,
bird crimes.
You can't pretend to be the villain. You gotta bite occasionally. You can't just always bark.
I mean, listen.
You can bite without being a villain.
Listen. I do bite.
Oh.
Wink, wink.
Nah, I don't believe it.
Nudge, nudge.
Haven't seen it. Don't believe it.
Okay, fine. I'll bite you.
Aw.
You better.
Oh.
Things are getting spicy in the chat tonight.
Hello.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, the Dalek movies. Yeah, so those are coming out. I've never actually seen them, but I'm tempted just because I love Peter Cushing so much.
I have seen them.
Oh, what did you think of them?
Eh.
I know those are the Daleks that are super, super brightly colored that inspired Moffat to do like the super brightly colored Daleks during the 12th Doctor's run. No, 11th Doctor's run.
Yeah, the IKEA Daleks.
Yeah, the IKEA Daleks.
Yeah.
More like the IKEA Daleks.
Hey.
It's funny because they're murderous.
Yay.
Yay.
I've seen about 10 minutes of the of one of them. It made me think it felt very like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory ish, like just that 70s vibe.
Okay, that's not what I would have expected you to compare it to. You're
I
like,
don't
you know,
Ooh,
when
that-
the doctor brings everybody
Aw.
into his TARDIS, and there's all these little orange men jumping around.
No,
going,
but like,
Oompa,
It's kinda-
Loompa, Doopity, Dardis.
wow.
I'm Bug.
Okay,
Oh,
I
he's
see
a
what I
bug
need to do.
friend.
Grunka lunka dunkity darmed guards.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
Vaguely. Was that what the Family Guy parody?
No, it's Futurama.
Oh, okay.
Oompa doompa loopity zoot. You sign arbitration so you can file suit. Oh no.
They're like, I'm sorry, but you signed up at one point for a free trial of Wonka Plus streaming service.
Oh my god.
Which means you waived your right to sue us for your child's wrongful death. You know, it's funny, despite it being ostensibly, like, you know, the edgier version of the story, it's funny that Tim Burton's adaptation is the one that goes out of its way to show you that the kids actually survived.
Yeah.
Albeit they're fucked up for life, but...
It's okay. That makes it okay. They'll learn. They'll learn, right? All those like British stories where the kid gets, you know, like,
Oh, you know, those British stories where they were stealing apples.
yeah.
Oh, you kids! You scrumping my apples! Thank you for the opportunity.
We need to watch more of those.
Yeah, I know, right? They're so fucked!
I could just think of like so many, like, I mean, mostly Roald Dahl kind of books where it's like there were two horrible little, you know, two horrible bullies, and they got turned into, you know, pigeons or something, you know, like, and
then the cat ate them.
and then the cat, and then they got roasted.
The end.
Or like the two horrible aunties who everyone is familiar with because we all have two horrible aunties got you know, run over by the
Reindeer.
you know, yes, thank
I
you.
have
Thank
at
you,
least
JC.
one.
Me too. Anyway,
My mother doesn't have any sisters, and I know my father has one sister, who she's been in jail more than a dozen times.
okay, but what if she's like a cool outlaw though? Like she's, you know,
No,
like,
she steals cigarettes from a convenience store, and she just keeps doing that like every year.
no. All right.
She's just like Robin Hood, except she exclusively steals cigarettes from the convenience store
Yeah.
and doesn't give them to anyone but herself.
Yeah, perfectly the same.
Also, she's an anthropomorphic fox.
I have questions.
Yeah,
As we should be.
Possibly.
Wait, is she a furry?
No,
I
she's
hope
probably
so.
not a furry.
Remember that one scene in Robin where Robin Hood was tied up in the ropes and chains and stuff, and he was like, Marion, I'm an anthropomorphic fox tied up in chains, and you feel very weird about this, don't you?
Yeah, sure do remember that line word for word.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "No, Robin, I'm completely normal about this," while fanning herself.
And Prince John's on his throne like, what's going on here?
Jonas, I think I saw that on only 61.
Is this the end of the game, or are we just having like a Lion King moment?
I think
I
it's a
don't
Lion
think-
King moment. Let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think
Look,
we're at the end of the
Simba,
game just
everything
yet.
the sun touches one day will be yours.
Simba.
Simba.
Still haven't rescued anyone.
Mark, did I show you that sketch I did where it's Red 13 as Scar and like Sora Lion, like Lion Sora as Simba?
No, I don't think I've ever seen you draw Kingdom Hearts fan art, Jonas.
Well, let me find this.
You need to post that.
Yeah, post
We
your Kingdom
require
Hearts.
this. We require this immediately.
Okay, it's
We
hold
made
on.
it this far. Together to the end.
And then you die.
Green means go.
Ilo?
You're getting closer to the big circle. That was the point of the Lion King moment.
The circle of life?
To deal with the Disney Robin Hood movie that they were originally planning to do Renard the Fox.
Yeah.
Remind me why they ended up doing not that again?
Because nobody knows what Renard the Fox is.
Right. Like
Well, I suppose
Rockadoodle.
there's that.
Like Rockadoodle was supposed to be Chanticleer, but same problem.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
My dad
Tigers.
loved Rockadoodle because he was an Elvis fanatic.
Understandable.
Rockadoodle shirt existed.
Like his love for Rockadoodle was utterly without irony. Because like all he needed apparently was just like, it's a chicken that sounds like Elvis. And you know what? To be so easily pleased, honestly.
I just remember Rockadoodle for one thing. Jeepers, I'm a foey. You know.
Ah, yes. The rallying cry of our people.
It's not really a good movie, Simon. No, but it did contribute to my interest in TF.
It has contributed to furry culture.
Yes.
God.
It has given us at least
it can
one
see up
waifu.
Okay, so like that one scene in Pinocchio. Is that? I mean, was that?
That changed people.
Okay, because
It's
like
donkeys.
Yeah, thank you. No, I look at that, and it's kind of horrifying to me.
Jonas, the line between a fetish and a phobia is thinner than an atom's width.
That's fair.
Humor, horror, and horny are all neighbors, and they go over to each other's houses every Friday.
Yep.
If you're looking at the Venn diagram, it's all one circle.
Like, there are a number of things that I would find nightmarish were I submitted to them that people are getting off to right now.
Wow.
This very second.
How's everybody doing?
And like my entire comic and set of online interests is predicated on a concept that is a literal nightmare for people.
Yeah. That's fair. You know, what if they did like a werewolf movie where there was just no subtext at all? Like.
Listen, I've been saying for years that we need an openly horny werewolf movie.
We do.
Yeah. Get away from me! I'm turning into a hairy monster and I might eat you. Okay.
Like the most monstery fucker movie we've ever gotten. Like the most overt, this is for the monster fuckers movie.
You can say Shape of
Shape of Water?
Yes, mainstream at least, is The Shape of Water. And I'm like, why is it that we got this with fish people before we got it with werewolves?
Reasons.
Or dragons.
I mean, I guess because Guillermo del Toro really liked Creature from the Black Lagoon is the technical reason why. But... and The Shape of Water was entirely inspired by his rejected pitch to Universal for a remake of Creature from the Black Lagoon. Like, seriously, for those who don't know, Universal was shopping around for directors for remakes of their classic horror movies, approached Guillermo del Toro about doing Creature from the Black Lagoon. He said, okay, but I want the monster to get the girl this time. They said no, and he said, fine, I'll do it myself and it'll win Best Picture. But yeah, no, seriously, there is such a huge untapped market for this because, like, think of how many paranormal romance books there are out there that are just like dark-haired author stand-in swoons over shirtless werewolf man. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. There are entire bookshelves full of these.
Chat's talking about like sexy werewolves.
Yeah, well, chat's not the only one. I'm also talking about sexy werewolves.
Yeah, that's true. You are, aren't you?
I've been talking about sexy werewolves for the past 80 years or so.
Nice.
As you do.
God, you know,
Stoker had one night in Bangkok in 1943, and he just can't get over it.
One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble. Not much between despair and ecstasy.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
And it's about chess.
It is about chess.
Stoker, have I ever told you about the God, I don't know if it's a movie or like an episode of a horror anthology or what, but there was so there was a scene with this sort of like middle-aged woman who turned into a giant spider, and like you didn't see the whole thing, you didn't see the whole spider because it was like low budget, you only saw its face, and like the other lady who was with her just started like, and like it just like.
Hang on a second. What you
mic.
just said was eaten by the Discord void.
Okay, all right. He's like, you know, like she's
still devouring it. You may need to rein this in a little
You
bit.
need to go an octave lower, Jonas.
Here, I'll just type it in chat, okay?
While he does that, I need to actually get off to bed at this time.
Okay, good night,
It's a
Crystal.
little
Good night,
bit
Crystal.
early.
Night,
but
Crystal.
just
Night,
to get through the
Crystal.
week
Sleep
at
well.
this point.
If this
Hi,
would be our
Crystal.
chat,
I understand.
yeah, we'd all be
Yeah,
petting
no,
you right now.
Understandable.
Feel the
enough.
pets.
Anyway,
Fix your
nice.
eyes.
All right, so the other woman who was with her
I typed it non-topic.
Okay, fine. Let me read what you typed.
Like she's just screaming about how she's a
She's
spider.
a spider. She's a spider. Okay.
Right. And then like, well, she's like hysterical. And then the spider shoots like webbing out of its mouth, and like mummifies her with the mouth webbing, and like
Spider-Man.
And to this day, I don't know what movie / episode it was, like what it was called from what show it was. Like there is a point where like I saw the title of a movie. I only saw the title because it was pre-internet. I saw a title called "Kiss of the Spider Woman," and I thought, "Oh, that
And you
must be
thought
the-
that was it? Yeah.
that was it."
That's so funny.
And as we all know, that was not what it was about.
Do you
so,
remember if this was in color?
Yes, it was in color.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what this might be?
Well, there is a movie with a scene that is similar to this, but it's a man who's being webbed up by the lady. The movie is called Spookies.
Spooky?
Yeah, it's called Spookies. That's its name.
Spookies.
It is a very bad movie, okay? Like, a very, very extraordinarily bad movie. I have it on Blu-ray. But basically what happened was they were shooting this movie, which was Red Letter Media actually covered this movie very briefly in one of their videos where they cover about 70 different movies. They referred to this movie as Evil Dead but Stupid, which is not inaccurate. Basically, there's a group of people in a house, and they're like, hey, there's evil, spooky magic stuff in this house. Let's screw around with it. You know, they're partying in the house, the abandoned house, and they screw around with it, and it's like, oh no, now there's monsters. Who could see this coming? And like the movie, it throws everything at you without rhyme or reason. There's zombies, there's spider women, the Grim Reaper shows up.
As he should.
But the thing is, the A plot of this movie, when they were filming it, it's one of those movies where they ran out of budget to actually finish it, so it stopped filming completely. And then someone bought the unfinished footage and added a new B plot to finish it. So, like, none of the actors in the A plot and the B plot ever meet each other because they're completely different sets of characters. And they have, like, the thinnest of possible narrative excuses trying to bridge the gap between this.
Perfect.
And, probably the most infamous thing about this movie is there's a scene where a couple of the characters are being attacked by, like, these Mudman zombies rising out of the floor of the basement.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know this, okay. And the sound effects, I believe it was supposed to be the squelching of mud. I believe that's what it was supposed to be. It's fart sounds. It's just constant fart sounds. Every step the zombies take, it's just like...
Ah, yes.
God.
It is the most infamous thing about this movie. And that's saying something, because there's a lot of ridiculous bullshit in this movie. I mentioned that the Grim Reaper's in it, I did not mention that he explodes.
Like you do.
Which Grim Reapers then become a unit of explosion that Red Letter Media uses from then on to be like,
Do
this
they?
explosion
That's
has like
wonderful.
3 Grim Reapers. Oh, this explosion has like 40 Grim Reapers. It was massive.
God, yeah, I was not prepared. Like, they're struggling with him, they push him off the roof, and when he hits the ground, he just explodes in a fireball for no reason!
Like that.
This is another one we'll probably watch.
I don't know how they did it, but one of the coolest sound effects I ever heard that they used for a zombie for walking was in Resident Evil 2 for PlayStation. They sounded like they had, I should say, walking wet socks, but it was like a squishy noise. I was like, that is a very interesting noise for a walking zombie.
Well, GC, they probably just recorded a zombie walking.
Yeah, it's true.
Wet socks.
You can find those if you go to, like those towns out in the country.
They're on YouTube. I will listen to them.
Zombies?
No.
Yeah, lots of zombies on YouTube.
Yes.
They do video essays.
They're gonna quiz you on it.
Every time you see a thumbnail with somebody doing a fucking Wojak face, it's actually just a zombie.
Every time you see a thumbnail of Mr. Beast, he's been dead for a long time. At least inside.
I killed 100 people and raised them back from the dead using voodoo magic. See what happens next.
Ugh.
You know, I don't think I have ever watched a Mr. Beast video.
I know I haven't.
I only know of him from Reputation, like when he does something stupid and people.
So, like, daily?
Yes.
Basically. I've never watched any of his videos either, but I can tell just by their fucking titles and how
The dude
hyped out
became
their
like a
bullshit.
multi-millionaire at like 19 years old. Of course he's gonna be fucking insane.
There's like a ton of YouTube types that I have only ever heard of when they do something stupid, like Logan Paul. I've never
God.
watched. Yeah.
Do you remember the Bone Witch? You may not know about the Bone Witch. Okay, so this is not a YouTube controversy. This is a Tumblr controversy.
Yeah, it's even better.
Specifically, what you might call witch blur, which is the witchcraft side of Tumblr. Yeah, you know how it is, Jonas. You know, there's like this Tumblr and that TikTok, and there's witch talk, etc., etc. You know, there's book talk. They all have their little subsections. Anyway, she was a grave robber.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah! Yeah, the Bone Witch.
God.
Basically,
Ima.
she used real human bones in her witchcraft practice, and
Wow.
she got them from graves, and
That's great.
Ima.
like posted about this to the internet. You know, confessing it like a crime.
Oh.
Like you do.
And it turned into such a thing because like she was like, well, I asked the spirits if I could do this and they gave their permission, and I'm like, great, did you ask the cops?
Wow.
Who needs the cops' permission when you have?
I mean, the
their
cops are alive,
spirits?
so
Yeah. Who needs the living?
That's true. That's true. See, me, I get my human bones ethically sourced.
There you go.
That's
No
boring,
courage.
though.
You've got bones inside you, okay? You need human bones that bad, you know, you sort of got some at all times.
Jonas, I said human
Oh,
bones.
that's true. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, he's got other kinds of bones inside him.
Hey.
Macarena.
Hey, Macarena.
The best part is everyone thinks I'm joking about the bones.
hmm
Apparently
Right.
she was from Louisiana. Yeah, Simon, that tracks. John Nova says, with me in regards to joking about the bones, they're like, we know you're not.
Look,
Ooh, I
Chad,
could get a set of
anytime Stoker says anything insane, just assume he's being serious. Anytime he says anything serious, just assume he's joking.
Ooh, hey, I could get a set of ribs for just $23. That's a steal.
You mean it's like Sizzler, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Muy.
You mean plastic ribs from the medical research supply store, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh.
Chad, I don't think that's what he meant.
Rick's got a real big fan over there. See, because it's a fan. Because the fan in the game.
Somebody killed Jonas.
I don't get it, Jonas. Please explain the joke
No.
in excruciating detail.
Explaining the joke makes the joke funnier.
Exactly.
Donating your body to science. Yeah, well, Roscoe, I'm donating my body to mad science.
There you go. Insane science is always more fun.
No, but you know what I would absolutely love? I've said this before. If I ever decide to die, big if, but I think what I would like done with my bones is I would like my skull incorporated into a super cheesy haunted house animatronic with like a top hat and like glowy eyes and be like, welcome, boils and ghouls. That kind of thing.
So, no different than how you were in life.
Exactly!
Oils, cool.
Hello, kitties!
We need to. Yeah, no, we need to bring back cheesy monster movie hosts like
There's
like
still
Christopher
some of them
Burns.
around. I know I've talked about Sven Gulli on this show before.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We should see more cheesy. I said we need more cheesy horror. Like there just, it feels like there's not enough. It feels like horror is taking itself very seriously now. It doesn't feel like there's enough goofy horror anymore.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
more-
like 9 out of 10 horror movies these days are just like, oh, it's symbolic of trauma.
Yeah. No, but like we need more stuff like Psycho Gorman, you know, like shit like
Oh
that.
god, Psycho Gorman.
Pretty good slasher movies, man. I miss those.
What was the slasher movie everyone was talking about recently that I still haven't gotten around to watching? In a Violent Nature. That was it.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
It's a slasher movie that the viewpoint character, the perspective character that we follow throughout the entire movie is the slasher monster killer, not the humans.
Nice.
So everything's from his perspective.
Rick and I watched a horror movie called Presence a bit ago. That the entire movie was from the perspective of this the titular presence. It was pretty interesting.
Huh.
I shall have to look that up. Boxer, you saw Violent Nature. Was it any good? And John says there was a Thanksgiving horror movie that was so bad it was good. Yes, I think that was, wasn't that Eli Roth who did that? It was based on one of those trailers for Grindhouse. Grindhouse?
Grindhouse. Oh, Grindhouse. I still want to see Don't made into a full-length movie.
You and me both. That was my favorite of those trailers.
That was directed by Edgar Wright.
Oh God. Oh, that makes me want to see it even more.
Right?
If you're thinking about going into the basement, don't. If you're thinking about opening that door, don't. And I love like the end of it where they do the thing where the fucking there's a completely different narrator who reads the title of the movie in a normal voice. I like they used to do this for trailers. It's like don't, and then at the very end, don't.
Just don't.
Don't. Coming this summer to a theater near you.
God.
What was that one? Oh, I know I've shown this to you before. Oh yeah. This is. I've shown this to Jonas before. It's like a fake poster that's got like this weird black and white photo of like, I don't know, an owl puppet on it. And it says, Scarful Council Public Information. From 12nd January 1973, it will be no longer legal. Whatever you do, don't. Don't be one of those people who mistakes doing for not doing, or you could face a fine. For more information, please reread this poster. Sponsored by the Don't campaign.
There's one that's like warning people are dangerous. If you know any people, report them at once to the authorities.
Oh god, a friend of mine is watching the director's cut of Lawnmower Man and sending me updates of his live reactions.
Oh, by the way, Stoker, did you ever play Clock Tower?
Oh no, I haven't yet. You know what? I need to get back to streaming. Maybe I'll do Clock Tower.
There you go. That's a good option.
I played it recently too, and I loved it. I think you should definitely check it out.
What do you think, chat? Would you want to do a Stoker stream where I'm playing Clock Tower?
Nah.
Oh,
You are not Chat, Miller.
Joker, you need to move on. Chat's been dead for 30 years.
That's true. But wait, if chat's been dead for 30 years, how could they be? How's everybody in the chat tonight?
You're quite that, Jonas.
Well done, Jonas. You almost pulled it off.
It's like Pet camera pans over to this movie viewer full of skeletons.
They're all Ken Panthers fake accounts, Jonas.
Why are they in a movie theater? I don't know. It's just a twist, okay?
God, now for some reason, I'm just thinking about a rose for Emily.
Yeah, it's still pretty sweet in my opinion that they finally translate Clock Tower. That's the reason why I bought it right away.
Yeah. Clock Tower, it's tower clocks. Would you join me for that one, Jonas?
Depends on when, but yes, potentially.
Right now!
Okay.
If I can, I'll try to join you.
I still have to stream my silly cheetah games in this weekend.
Yeah! Did you decide on, like, which ones you want to,
Probably the Cheetah Man, Cheeters, Cheetah, or something like that. The one Gears bought me.
Nice.
By the way, thanks Gears. And I don't know. If I have time for anything else, then yeah, I'll think about it.
Cool.
Are you loathsome tonight?
Do I always come prepared with my loaths?
Loaves? Are you loathsome tonight?
Are
My
you
loathe.
loathsome tonight?
What the?
Wow.
There's always a bigger spider.
Your face is a bigger. Your face is your spider is.
So I watched
She's a spider!
Yeah, I watched a clip from Spooky just out of curiosity. It's God.
Is
why was-
that what you were looking for?
No, it was not
shame.
because that actually had some like practical effects Stan Winston kind of budget. This thing that I
Not
watched,
really.
I'm thinking this might have been an episode of a horror anthology because like it was super low budget.
Well, let's see. About what era would you think it is?
80s.
Yeah, of
I mean,
course it would be.
Come
Hang
on,
on, let me see
But
something.
the 80s.
I'm gonna check something real quick. Because if it's the 80s, that narrows it down a little bit.
You know, I want to say it was one of the new Twilight Zone shows. There was one. Wasn't there
No,
one?
hang on.
Okay. It was Tales from the Dark Side. I don't know.
That was the first one I looked up. It might be Tales from the Dark Side.
Or maybe Freddy's Nightmares.
Oh yeah, Freddy's Nightmares is kind
One
of
those.
Okay, there's an episode of Tales from the Dark Side called Black Widows that might be it. There was also a series that was just called Monsters.
God, this might be it. I would need to see like footage of it. Hold on, let me. Oh, it's on Dailymotion. Jesus. Kitty horror is so good.
Did you ever see the episode of Tales from the Dark Side that was an adaptation of one of Clive Barker's more ridiculous stories?
I don't think I did, but
Are you familiar with a Clive Barker story called The Nattering and Jack?
that sounds vaguely familiar.
No, not Nattering, it's Yattering. The Yattering and Jack. So basically this story, it's one of Clive Barker's forays into dark comedy. So there's basically there's a guy called Jack. And there is this lesser
Is he
demon.
nimble? Is he quick?
Yeah, if he's nimble, he's quick. There's I think he has like some super boring job. Like I think he's like a a pickle salesman or something. But he has this minor demon, this real lesser demonic entity in his house, called a Yattering.
Right.
And the reason why it's in his house is because his mother was a witch and sold her soul to the devil for, the usual stuff, fame, fortune, power, whatever, lots of sex, whatever it is she sold her soul for. And before the devil could collect, after she got everything she wanted out of the deal, she repented and turned her soul over to God and all that. And so the devil didn't get to collect on the deal. So she got to go to heaven when she died. And he's super pissed about this. And he's like, fine, I'll take her son. He's like, you are to torment this man. Drive him completely mad by causing misfortune after misfortune in his life until he curses God and renounces him and turns his back on him, etc., etc., etc. And the only rule is you cannot touch him because of the Treaty of Job is what it was referred to as. And so this little demonic impish thing is doing this. It's doing everything in its power other than physically touching him or harming him in any way to try to get him to give in to despair. But what the demon doesn't know is that before she died, his mother told him the whole story and told him what to expect to happen because she totally called that this was gonna happen one day. And so she's just like, he's ignoring it. He's pretending that everything that's happening, no matter how absurd and over the top it gets, is just normal misfortune. And every time something bad happens, he just goes, well, que sera, sera, and like cleans up whatever the mess is or whatever, and it's driving the demon insane. It is so frustrated that it can't do anything that phases him. And the entire point of this is he's trying to drive it to the brink of frustration and madness until it forgets itself and touches him. Because if it touches him, it has to be his slave for the rest of his life.
Nice.
It's
yeah, I
a very
remember
fun
that part
story.
of the Book of Job, where if a demon touches you, they have to be your eternal slave.
Yeah, that's in the director's cut of the Bible.
The director's cut.
It's just called the Apocrypha.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But no, the ending of that story is pretty fun too, because the demon does crack, it does touch him, it does become his slave, it does realize that it was set up for all of this, and like, it's just taunting him. It's like, yeah, well, you'll never get into heaven if with me as your servant, you've damned yourself forever. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, you know what? And he just like leans down and just grins at it, and he goes, que sera, sera. Oh, it's so fun. I love that one.
When you say que será, será, like what will be, it will be?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting the way you said that. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's because there was a very popular song over here, and it's pronounced like that in the song.
Que será, será?
Yeah, it was featured in the Hitchcock movie, The Man Who Knew Too Much, the second version, because he made that movie twice. And sung by a very popular singer at the time, Doris Day, and her version was like, I don't know, it charted for a while because of the movie. It's a very catchy song, but yeah, that's how it is usually pronounced when people say it over here.
Mm-hmm.
Que será, será?
It's like when we say
What
enchilada.
will be, will be. Que sera, sera.
My mom used to love that song.
It is a good song, to be fair.
It's a very good song. It's a good movie, too. Both versions of it are pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
The original version has Peter Lorre in it, playing a Mexican.
You know, at some point, Stoker,
Yeah,
need to
I don't
get-
know. Peter Lorre. They just said we need a foreign guy. It's Peter Lorre.
A foreign guy. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go on, Jonas.
I need to get, if you have it, I need to get a few recommendations for books on demonology.
If I have it.
Nah, I have this other sort of like back burner project that I'm gonna summon Satan.
I mean, you can't just go straight to upper management.
Yeah. Gotta
You gotta go through the appropriate channels first.
Gotta fill the right forms out. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, if you need to know anything about it, I'm your dude.
Cool.
But you already knew that before you asked.
Well,
That's why he asked.
have you ever seen what's his face? Tom Ellis. I think that's his name as Lucifer.
Oh, from the TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. He's not really how I picture the big man, but
of course. But I do like his version. It's fun.
He plays him well.
Yeah.
I do like I've seen clips. I've never seen like the whole show.
Yeah.
Or even an entire episode, but I know there was one because he has a therapist in the show, and one of the clips I saw was him having a therapy session with her after she found out that he really is Lucifer, that he's not just using the name.
Yeah.
And like he's just like unburdening himself of all these questions.
I really thought that was going to be the Middle Earth theme there.
That theme, I believe, is actually called Concerning Hobbits.
You're concerning hobbits.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, so like he's just gone through this whole spiel where he's where he's telling her all about this stuff, just like unburdening everything, just getting it all off his chest, and he's like, "What do you think?" And she's just sitting there staring at him blankly, and then she's like, "What about Hitler?" And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "What happened to him in hell?" And he's just like, okay, I guess I should have expected we couldn't move on past this.
I mean, it's a valid question. If you're going to talk to Lucifer, then...
Right.
There are going to be people you're going to ask after.
That one gag in Gravity Falls where Seuss is talking to his grandmother and she's talking about how she'd like to see him settle down with a nice girl before she ascends to heaven to be with the angels. And he's like, "And Grandpa, right?" And she's like, No, he is not there."
Oh no.
Happy Tiger Snugglefur asks, "What's the hold music in hell?" And what I say is exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my my favorite descriptions of the devil in any book ever, was one where it's like, and the devil was sitting there and he looked exactly like you expected him to, like you'd expect him to. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like the whole music for me in hell would be like Santa Baby or something.
Yeah, but it couldn't be the Eartha Kitt version. It would have to be a much worse cover.
Right. No, yeah, exactly.
Well,
like Eartha Kitt's awesome, but like you would have to be like, I've heard that. Okay, there's one cover that's really whiny, and it's definitely not her. And I hear it in regular rotation around Christmas, it's always when I'm standing in line at like Walgreens or something.
Have you ever heard the frickin' Patton Oswalt bit about the Christmas shoes?
No.
Do you know the song, The Christmas Shoes?
Vaguely rings a bell.
Oh, you mean like that guy's face?
Hey, good to go back. Du-du-du.
Taking this pill and hoping I didn't already take one and forget about it. So, then suddenly I'm just like,
If you suddenly die, we'll know what happened.
so like The Christmas Shoes is a song that's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like one of those like inspirational songs where it's this guy who's like, whoever the singer is like, I wasn't feeling the spirit of Christmas, and then this kid came up in line behind me and wanted to buy these shoes for his mom who's dying, etc., etc.
God.
He couldn't afford the shoes, so I bought him the shoes, and I was like, oh, God sent that kid to me to remind me of the importance of Christmas. That's it. That's the entire song.
Basically, yes.
What was it that one? I forget who the artist was, but like he tried to make a really generic sounding country song to make fun of generic sounding country songs. Everybody loved it.
Oh, that was hang on.
Who was that? You know, the song was like you know, my boots are dusty, and I like, you know, big up drug beer. You know.
I might be thinking of a different one. It was the one I'm thinking of is by David Allan Coe, and he's like, every country song, to be the perfect country song, it has to include all of these things. It has to include something about drinking or being drunk. It has to be set while it's raining. You gotta talk about your mama. There has to be some mention of prison.
Oh no.
There has to be a pickup truck.
Of course.
And
obviously,
there has to be a train. He's like, those are the ideal country song things. The ideal country song hits them all. And so he's like, I was drunk the night my ma got out of prison. And I went to pick her up in the rain. But before I could get there in my pickup truck, she got run over by a damned old train.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So beautiful. It speaks to me. All right.
I do not remember the tune, so whatever I just did is not even remotely approaching the actual tune of the song.
No,
but I remember the lyrics.
I like yours better. I think we need to clip that one for posterity.
Oh yeah, the song definitely hit its audience, much like the train hit his mama. But sorry, too soon.
I had the start of this like idea for a song called the Caesar Salad Blues, which is like a blues song about Caesar getting stabbed.
Oh man, and we're already past the Ides of March too.
Yeah, it's
oh well, maybe next year you can make a stab at it.
God. Oh my God, it's episode 1.
Beep boop beep boop beep boop. Part 2.
Jaya Tuuka.
What? My mother was a saint.
Oh my God. Okay, so I was watching a video about the glove shitos in Star Wars.
Yes.
And one of them was the astromech unit that Luke tries to choose before it explodes, and then R2 gets chosen instead.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking theories is that astromech unit, knowing how important it was that R2 get this message out, and it knew this because this astromech unit was force sensitive.
Okay, listen.
Decided to explode itself in order to make sure that the information R2 had would go along the path it needed to.
Okay, listen. No.
No. Just no.
Just straight up No. I'm denying that one canon status. I was given this power when Disney bought Lucasfilm. It was like way down in the fine print that nobody read.
Run, you stupid kid.
Also, I was given legal ownership of all of Ken Penders' IP.
Oh.
Just saying something.
Close
doesn't
call,
make
making
true,
it past
Stoker.
the robot army.
Yay!
Yeah, well, you know what, Ash? You know what?
It's been 0 days.
Everything started by somebody saying something that they didn't say before, and before they said it, it wasn't said.
That still doesn't make it true, however.
Yeah, well...
Shit. Getting
Yeah,
all
but in
philosophical.
infinite universe theory, everything has always happened that could have happened. Therefore, I'm always right in some universe.
Yeah, but also means
Not
you're always
this
wrong.
one, though.
Oh, yeah? Well, what if I really, really want it to be true?
I
Well,
can't
that's what-
fault you for that.
Yeah, that's what fan fiction's for.
Look, man.
Yeah.
Look, man. I don't need all of his characters, but there's one or two that I'd like to save. Julie Sue deserves better.
She's one of the echidnas, right?
I mean, listen, Jonas. If we're talking about Ken Penders, you always need to assume it's one of the echidnas.
Hey,
It's been 0 days.
90%. Yes, I know.
like
-90%. 90%, and that's a conservative estimate. 90% of every character he ever created was an echidna.
90% of every character is literally echidna. They just they did an infusion and they're just I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh, Jonas.
His
You
name was
lovable idiot.
Jonas.
Oh.
His name was Jonas. He went. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, Julie Sue was Knuckles' girlfriend, and she's the mother of Knuckles' eventual future daughter, Lara Sue, who is the one that he's making all these damn comics about. And she's like a defector from the Dark Legion, and she's like a badass pink echidna, and she doesn't wear pants. And I mentioned she doesn't wear pants.
You might have.
Right.
Once or twice.
Because it's very important to me that y'all know she doesn't wear pants.
Well, I mean, like, Sonic characters, like, have like one article of clothing, and
Yeah,
Sure,
but
most
now
of them by default don't wear pants. So
now the Sega mandate is that all the female characters have to be fully dressed, and all of the male characters have to be like wearing accessories only.
right. Weird.
And I don't like that. I'm more egalitarian in my nudism.
As everybody should be.
Exactly. See,
I've
Rick
seen
gets it.
several, not even like Rule 34 illustrations, but illustrations of what Amy would look like if she was meant to be as nude as the male characters, and yeah, she looks pretty good.
I'm still waiting to see
Yeah,
what
no,
happens.
I'm super in favor of that.
I mean,
I don't know why that would be the case. Why would you be in favor of that, Stoker?
What were you about to say, Jonas?
Oh, I'm just waiting to see what they do with her in Sonic 4. You know, outfit-wise.
Yeah, see if she see when they finally give her big screen nude scene.
I'm just saying, like, okay, are they gonna give her clothes? You know,
Yeah, her sex scene with Sonic.
oh god. Look, at
And
least
he's
it's
like, yeah, chili dogs, and she's like, shut up.
not. At least it's not the old. At least they didn't go with the old style character design. Okay, just, you know.
Oh, you mean the one where she looked like 5?
No, I don't mean with Amy. I mean like the old Sonic design where they took
Oh
that.
God,
the original Sonic movie.
They did that with like Tails and Knuckles and I guess
yeah.
Amy. Yeah.
See, I really want to know why. I really want to know what the original planned look for Tails would have been.
Same face, just orange.
Same face, just orange. Yes.
They all have that exact same model template.
Man, it's a good thing I don't need Mui for any of these puzzles.
I'm just waiting for like. Happy Tiger Snuggleverse says, hypothetical. Stoker, Penders comes up to you and says, I will let you buy back whatever character you want, plus Sally. What's the highest price you're willing to go? Okay, so first of all, he doesn't own the rights to Sally. A lot of people think he does, but he doesn't.
God.
Well,
in this hypothetical, he does.
Well, in that case, I would just simply have to kill him. But
I think Ken Penders technically only owns the characters that he created.
Plus,
Jesus.
Plus, he has claimed ownership of Scourge, even though his claim on Scourge is very dubious at best. Scourge and Shade are the two characters he has the most tenuous claim to, but he insists they are 100% his, and Sega does not care enough to challenge him. For those of you who do not know,
fucking Scourge, who would care?
For those, I like Scourge.
You would.
For those of you who do not know, Scourge the Hedgehog is like the mirror version of Sonic from another universe. He's the evil Sonic. In his first appearance was in a story written by Ken Penders, but he was not called Scourge then. And he had a completely different character design. He was just Sonic wearing a black leather jacket and black sunglasses because Ken Penders is a fucking boomer and that's what he thinks makes a character look evil. So that was it. Just Sonic but dressed like the Terminator, and that was the evil alternate universe anti-Sonic. When Ian Flynn took over the comic from Ken and the other writers, one of the things he did was make Scourge a more distinctive character than just that. So he had this whole story in which Scourge got a new name and a completely different look, where he was green instead of just being identical to Sonic, except for his frickin', outfit. And for all intents and purposes, to me, that might as well be a new character. Also, if Ken fucking Penders is trying to make the claim that he invented the concept of evil alternate universe versions of our good guys, let's just say
at Star Trek.
Yeah,
let's just say I'm
It'd be
declaring
easier if you didn't take
shenanigans.
10 years to climb up a ledge.
Yeah.
Yes, that too.
Timing needs to be a little tighter on that one.
I am declaring shenanigans.
Shenaniganery.
But yeah, so he basically... That is a character that, as far as I am concerned, he has absolutely no right to claim as his own, but by God, he's doing it anyway.
Simon says, I understand it's more about Sega wanting to distance themselves from the Archie Comics IP generally. I'm okay with that. Like, I liked Archie in its time, but it's been 30 years, It's been more than 30 years. It's been 32 years.
Well, I mean, it's not even been 10 years since the comics stopped running.
Yeah.
They ended in 2017.
I think it's okay to, move on.
Yeah, see, I would agree with you, except you're wrong.
Wow. Scathing words here on the stream tonight.
Yeah. Stoker's really put down
Problem
the
with
Really
glove.
letting Jonas
They're
have
not
it.
capable of moving on.
Like, okay. Aside from my blatant bias towards Sally's entire existence, which I will grant I am not objective about, even if everybody should share my opinions.
Yeah.
I have objectively correct opinions. But, aside from that, I actually really do like a lot of the storytelling and characters that have been done in the IDW comics. They've done some really good stuff. I mean, the very first arc, the Metal Virus arc alone, was like, God, that was crazy how intense that got for a Sonic story.
Yeah.
It was really good.
We're like
But-
11:58.
It's
yeah.
about
Oh.
time to end.
All right, I'm gonna stick a pin in that and then come back to it tomorrow completely seamlessly.
Must
All
you?
right.
Yes, it's in my contract.
Hmm.
Isn't that right, Rick?
Yes, unfortunately.
Damn it.
It was either that or Stoker only gets the green M&Ms. There's
He can
something
have
about being
them.
horny for them.
He's welcome to all the green M&Ms
I
he
mean-
wants if it keeps him quiet.
I mean, listen, there's just something about the look of a lady who just wears shoes, you know?
That's valid, honestly.
Anyway, who are
Alright.
we raiding?
We are rating Oreo Bowl. I hope I said that right.
It's easy
Oreo
for
Bowl.
you to say.
Oreo Bowl.
Oreo ball? Okay.
Oreo Bowl.
They'd be playing a repo
Yes.
or Minecraft potentially at the moment. I don't know. We'll find out when
looks
we
like
raid them.
Yeah, looks like Repo.
Give them some Roo love for us, chat.
Yeah,
That's right.
and we'll see you next
Good night,
time.
everybody.
See you next time.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
chat.